Right. So, I've just had a notification. Well, not a notification. I had a phone call a little while ago. Just read the title. The title says it all. Why don't they all just come up on Beachy Head and give me a great big push off the cliffs? Literally just come up and give me a great big push off the cliffs. It's my birthday in 13 days. I don't know how my father died over a year ago, and I was beaten by a police officer on the 3rd of February last month. It's the 3rd of March. A very aggressive, dangerous thug, PC McCarthy. I still don't know how my father died. And where I live, they're supposed to be trained in mental health and care and support. And I'm struggling to sleep and function. I've stayed in this hotel for a week now just to recuperate. It's taken me a week to wash my hair. And it was meant to take 2 days, but it took me a whole week just to wash my hair. I'm on severe disability. But apparently, where I live, there's a note through the door saying that they've given me 28 days to get out of there. They're doing everything they can. These Freemasons, these occultists, these Satanists. It's okay though, because I'm going home. I'm going to be with my father soon. I really am. Many people are going to hell and they don't even realise it. Caroline Ansell, the local MP, is a Christian. Lukewarm Christians, many just do not know. They do not know, but I do. Anyway, so what's happened is I've had this phone call from this woman. Would you believe her name is Angel? Angel. Yes, I even said to her, yeah, I said to her, your name's Angel, is it? I don't think so. And she's basically said that there's a note under my door saying I've got 28 days to get out of there. And they were putting down brand new carpets. Everything was brand new. This is the same accommodation I was in 6 years ago, before the council started moving me around and making me street homeless for complaining about bed bugs crawling on me. It's a miracle. Most people with mental health issues do not survive as long as I have. It's because of my faith that I have survived this long. I had PCSOs say to me a few years ago, Bryony, most people would have given up a long time ago. Well, guess who I've been on the phone to? My friend, who should be recovering from, you know what, the C word. Yes, that's right. I'm then on the phone to her in distress. The crisis team say I should be a good friend to her, and am I thinking of her? They don't care about her because I'm ringing her up in distress. She said they can't do that. You suffer with your mental health. You couldn't make this up. So I was saying to this Angel, should we change her name to Demon or Fallen Angel? I don't know. Oh, I've just had a text message from this Cameron. Shall I make it a live call? Hello?
Hi there.
I just need to let you know I've just been in the middle of I'm doing a live stream about what has been happening to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you want to speak a little bit later after it's happened, after you've done your live stream, or what's good?
Yeah. That. Well, maybe that would be a good idea. The thing is, we've obviously never spoken before, and this woman, Angel, just she rang me out of the blue, and I rang her back. And she's saying you've been given 28 days to get out of your accommodation.
Oh no, I think it's slightly different. I think they've got a 28-day placement for you. So I run a sort of HMO of a house. It's a female-orientated house, and she's booked room 1 there for you, which is a large double room.
No, I'm in a studio flat that the care coordinator fought very hard to get me. I'm back in an accommodation I was in 6 years ago before the council started moving me around, making me homeless, even street homeless, not housing me. And I'm on severe disability, and I've just been on the phone to Juliet, my lady friend, who she's got cancer. She shouldn't be having to deal with this. She's been a support worker herself, and she was a witness to what happened in the last place I was in, where I was attacked by convicted criminals. I was also unlawfully, brutally beaten and arrested by the police. I've been the victim of serious council corruption. Me and my lady friend, the one I've just mentioned to you, my crucial witness, I self-funded hotels for 9 months for my safety, the Cavendish Hotel, with back severe disability pay. And we both emailed the local government and social care ombudsman. She sent an email on my behalf, and I went through an absolutely draining, exhausting process. And I've added to the 99% of bad reviews on Trustpilot. Why? Because like everyone else, they go along with all the corruption and the lies from the council. This council have put me through non-stop torture. I'm in a hotel at the moment. I'm trying very hard just to cope at a basic level. I'm in the process. I'm about to email the GMC because I need to report medical professionals, including my GP, for all their failings. The care coordinator has been no good because I stayed in my partner's friend's flat for 3 months when my money ran out. I had emotional abuse issues with him. He was arrested. I just recently found out my father's been dead for over a year, and I don't know what happened to him. And as I said, it's just more. I'm dealing with so much on my own, and why I should not be having to ring a woman who's got cancer with all my problems when she should be recuperating. Because she said to me, they can't do that. I said, I'm right now. I'm in a hotel just to have a break. It's taken me a whole week just to wash my hair. I have been left absolutely beaten and broken by the council and the police. Yeah, I'm sorry to raise my voice to you, but I've had everything done to me. I've been passed around like a hot potato, and the members, we even went to the MP office together. They've all of them have been complicit in my failings.
I hope somebody can help and provide some support assistance that you need.
I don't even know what this is all about, because how can they just suddenly give me 28 days to leave when I've just been in there for 3 months? when 7 years ago I was in that accommodation before they started moving me around and making me homeless for no reason. And they have a cheek to do this because I sent several emails to the accommodation management, making a few complaints because I've had the same bullying that I had a few years ago, and on top of it I've got my issues, and I forwarded these emails to Juliet, and she shouldn't be having to deal with this. She should be resting. But I don't have anyone else. I just feel that they're taking advantage of my vulnerability. I moved to Eastbourne in the start of 2006. I went straight into supported accommodation. Then my mother died of cancer, and they did the same to me then. They made me homeless 6 days before she died. I signed a homeless application form. I wasn't getting any support. I've never had support. And now I'm on severe disability and they're doing this to me. So, it's just one thing. It's just one thing after another. Yes. So why are they doing this to me? Why are they?
We all, from our point of view, we're a housing provider. We provide temporary accommodation. We just got booking for you in room 1, and that's all we know.
But that's ridiculous. That's insane. That's insane. That just says it all, that doesn't it? Because I, as I said, I'm in the same accommodation I was in 7 years ago. I'm struggling to stop myself from. I've tried several times. I've attempted suicide, and it took. I couldn't believe that they even got me back in there. They were literally just putting down brand new carpets when I moved in there. It's all brand new. And now I've only been in there for 3 months. They want to move me again. Why? Why do they do this? Yeah, I mean, it's horrendous. I just rang Juliet in distress. Like I'm struggling to. I'm just literally just struggling just to. It's just what do they want to do? Just come up to Beachy Head, and they might as well just give me all one great big push off the edge because
someone will see reason and get some support and.
But this is. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I spoke to Lisa, the manageress. And then it's just one trauma after another. They're meant to be trained in mental health. And as I said to Juliet, the problem is people don't have common sense between their ears and they're not listening. And she's the only person who understands that. Juliet is what she is. She's become a friend by being a member of the public who saw my distress. I was being attacked by convicted criminals. One of them was on a tag, dangerous criminals. This is where Sussex Partnership put me. The hospital put me in a dangerous place. I'm someone who suffers with their mental health. I'm not a criminal. I was attacked to the point where I thought I'd be killed. And the council, when they saw my distress, I recorded the Riverbourne house were supporting me because they're homes first, and I literally was in my dressing gown shouting out for help. The police were part of the problem. They were bullying me as well. So were the property managers. They were all completely demented. So when we went to the MP office, they said, well, unfortunately, we get complaints like this all the time. Well, that doesn't, it doesn't surprise me. One of them was mentioned online as mugging the elderly with her mother, Sherelle Clark and Dion Clark. And she's one of the ones who drunkenly assaulted me in front of CCTV that I fought to get installed. And the council were part of all the corruption. So this seems to be going on not just in Eastbourne, but everywhere, it seems.
We're a small provider, so we're quite hands-on. And we generally do try and help, but
I'm sorry. I don't. It's very awkward this because I don't even know. I've got your name, but I got your text message and I just thought, what the hell are they playing at? What is this?
Did they not send you any details, an email or anything, or any information? Or?
No, I haven't had a response. I sent several emails to the place where I live, where I'm residing at, to the management. And I forwarded the emails to Juliet so that she can be sort of, if anything happens to me, she's going to know what's happened.
I assume these people would have spoken to you, or you've had a letter, or they've given you some information. Because my text would have then just been out of the blue, wouldn't it?
I mean,
more confusing.
I was in my dressing gown. I was shouted at by one of the demented people on the desk who was there 6 years ago when I was there. He's been working there for 25 years and he shouted at me. He's pointed to the book and he said, "You've seen a mental health nurse?" And I said, and I went away and I thought, right, I'm going to go back and confront him on his abuse, shouting at me. And I said to him, "Excuse me, why are you shouting at me? I was thinking of going up to Beachy Head Suicidal today. What are you suddenly shouting at me?" I know he's got some weird. He's demented. And then he was shouting at me, "All right, come on in. I'll get you a cup of tea." He's like a Scottish Basil Fawlty, and he and that was like 4 days. No, that was on the Monday. On the Friday, I found out I had an email from a law firm saying, "I'm sorry that you didn't realise that your father's been dead since December 2021, and I still don't know how my father died." And on that day that I found out, I went up to Beachy Head Suicidal, was very badly assaulted again by the police, left in physical pain, thrown out of the patrol centre. This is the real world. This is the world we're living in now. And who did I ring that night? Juliet. And my arms and hands were in pain.
She's been a rock, hasn't she, for you?
She has, and she's become a friend by being a member of the public who's done what the council and the police and the local MP should have been doing for me. She's done for me because literally they really don't care. They're that corrupt. When you're on the pavement and you're going, "Help, help," that's how you know who really cares. So I just got your text message and I just thought, honestly, people have said to me, "Well, why don't you write a book?" I said, because it would kill me. I wouldn't be able to put all the information. They just pass you around like a hot potato. And when you're in the thick of it, no one does anything and they try to get me. I'm one of the most law-abiding people you'll ever meet. And they tried to put me in prison over a welfare check. It was a kangaroo court. Over a welfare check on our world-famous suicide spot. It's I know of people who've taken their own lives up there. I've seen so much of what's going on behind the scenes. And when you're on your own and you're vulnerable and there's no communication, you're sending emails and people just, I don't know. I've never known so much demented behaviour in all my life, but I find it. Do you know what's more frightening than being attacked in your own council shared accommodation is when people aren't actually listening or doing anything. They're part of the problem. They're part of the corruption. The police, the property managers. I recorded the guy who gave me the keys to Belmore Road. He called me an effing spastic. I recorded it. That's a hate crime by law, but no one's ever looked into this because the council, they all cover it up. They cover this up. So yeah, on top of, I've still got all these problems that I need help and support with. And
what's your preferred option for that stay where you are? Is it where you're living?
Well, yeah, it's a studio flat. I've got loads of stuff in, but it's still only temporary. I have never been housed. I'm trying to recover from the last 7 years now. It's 7 years ago. It's 7 years ago that I was in that place, and that place had a terrible reputation. There was an online petition to the food bank saying, stop bullying vulnerable, disabled people. Well, nothing's changed much. I had a taxi driver say to me, is that place still the same? I said, yes. And that was just a couple of days ago. You know the phrase, polish a turd? Well, you know, it's all brand new. They've got it all nice and everything. And then they're threatening to move me out of there again. Oh. I mean, when it said Pevensey Road, I thought to myself, I had to think for a second, have I been there? Because I've been in all these places. They've just put me through absolute hell.
Okay, this is a new building. It's only been accommodation for 6 months. It was a student house. It's quite modern. I don't think you would have stayed there, mate. You probably stayed in that street before.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, I suddenly remembered. No, it was Sellon Place. It wasn't Pevensey.
Okay. Yeah, no, they're similar, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, so how should we leave things? Do you want to speak later in the day, or should I go back to the council?
Yeah, could you please, because it's caused me so much confusion and distress when I'm already, my head is, when you're on your own and you've got all these issues, it would test someone who doesn't suffer with their mental health. If you've got, you know, people bullying you left, right and centre, and I need help with mediate. I can't, because the thing is, okay, they talk about cuts to services, but I've been trying to get help with mental health for 26 years in total. But, you know, I've done care work myself, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm extremely vulnerable and I need a lot of support, which I'm just not, nothing, absolutely nothing. A kick in the teeth would be. I mean, I was left honestly, this is what happened. You couldn't make this up. I was left bruised all down my side on the 3rd of February, the day I read this email from this law firm saying, oh, your mother's estate, this solicitor, and I'm sorry you didn't know your father was dead. And that just sent me into a meltdown. And I didn't expect to be, you know, beaten that day and have my clothes ruined by the police and told I don't need a mental health nurse. You couldn't make this up. That's a response to someone, a vulnerable person on a world famous suicide spot who's just found out their father's been dead for over a year, beaten and bruised. And no one, they're meant to be trained in mental health where I live, and they couldn't care less. So I tell you what you could do for me, please. You could ask the council why, well, me and Juliet are saying the same thing. Why are they doing this to me? I had no response. I would really appreciate that, because these obnoxious people, I've recorded them hanging up on me. They've done everything to me, and they do it because they know I've got no one else. So I really would very much appreciate it if you could just say, why are they doing this when the staff the management have not responded to my emails. I don't know what happened to my father. They're meant to be trained in mental health, for crying out loud. Yeah, but
okay, I'll get in touch with them. I'll pass your comments on. I'll see if they've got a reply.
Thank
I'll
you.
A bit later, but stay strong.
Thank you.
I'm here to help, not to add to any of your problems. All right,
I'm sorry. I'm just sorry that you've had to be on the receiving end of this, because of their.
Sorry for the journey you've been on, and it will change course. Maybe we'll have another chapter. So yeah, stay strong. And,
thank you. I'm just sorry that because of their miscommunication and their belligerence and negligence, it then, you know how it is. Someone else gets on the receiving end of it, and I'm sorry that.
It's no problem. It's been good. Sorry you've gone through so much. So.
Yeah, no, thank you for that.
All right, I'll be in touch with them now and speak to you. Okay.
Thank you so much for that.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. 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 And that is what happens. That is what happens when you don't listen, you don't use these things, and you don't have a thing called common sense between these things. These are not just for listening, they're for hearing. These people give people cancer. So this man that I've just been on the phone to, he sounds like quite a nice person, quite a decent person. But because of the council, this proves why it needs documenting. I've never had so many people watching me at one time for a long time. But there we go. So what that was all about was basically this chap who they've got a temporary accommodation for me. I got this text message saying we've got room 1 for you, a double room in a shared, what used to be a student accommodation. Well, Belmore Road used to be a student accommodation until they started putting dangerous convicted criminals and drug addicts and needles. I found needles there and they attacked me and bedroom window smashed. But obviously Charles Lucas Property Management are in it for their money, and their pensions and everything, and goodness knows what. But that chap sounded quite decent. So he's going to do for me what the people where I live should be doing for me. This is what I mean. And this is what Darren said. This is exactly what Darren said. Darren said everything that I said. It's always someone else who gets on the receiving end because these belligerent, willfully negligent people, these obnoxious call handlers, these absolutely downright rude and corrupt. Communication is part of the problem. Yes, Steve Churchill. Yes, pardon me. But you yourself hung up on me. I played you, if you're watching me, I played you a recording. I played you a recording of a criminal threatening to beat me up. And you said that I was being rude. And yet you said you were praying for me. Well, you've got my things as well. And so has Eben. But this care coordinator who got me back into this place that I was in 6 years ago, before the council started doing all of this to me, making me homeless, discharging duty when I complained about bed bugs crawling on me, being attacked, etc., etc., etc. So anyway, I'm praying that Abba Yahweh is giving me, because my heart and my chest has been so heavy. I'm hurting so much in here. I am so worn down. It took me a week to wash my hair. I only wanted to check into this place for 2 nights, but it took me a week just to wash my hair. So don't ever judge a person on their bloody appearance, please. Because I already want to text Ray about that. I had the Beachy Head chaplains do it. oh, you don't look like you're homeless. You're wearing nice clothes. Yeah, because they caught me at a time when, you know, are you watching YouTube? Are you watching what's going on in the real world? Do you know about the thousands of illegal immigrants and that the rise of people dying on the streets? But if you come over here as an illegal immigrant, you know, as I said, those Lindsay DePaul techniques came in handy, didn't they? The ones I used for attempted rape, because girls are being given after school lessons on self-defense because illegal immigrants are coming over here, second generation ones, statistically, are more likely to murder or rape or whatever. But yeah, schoolgirls are being given self-defense lessons. Just watch that GBN news reporter where the man comes up, and that's how I know that. This man just tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Here, do you know about this? It's the parents. It's worried parents, not racists." But this country is in an absolute mess. But this is because people have not got these. And as I said to this chap, Cameron, I won't say your surname, because people are not communicating, a lack of communication, it's usually someone decent who's on the receiving end of the... So I still need to... I'm so drained. I still need to message the General Medical Council, because there's medical negligence in this. And what with Eben, Darren's friend, abusing me and my trust. This is abuse of trust. I've had everything done to me. What the police and the council have done to me is up to life imprisonment for malfeasance of office. And I will die saying this. Do you know, I thought to myself, oh, Darren's sister's 40th birthday. That's a good time to kill myself, because he didn't do anything for my 40th birthday. He said he was going to do something for my 40th birthday last March, but he didn't. My birthday is in 13 days' time. Again, oh, that's a great time to kill myself. I've been lying here thinking that. I'm in so much pain. My heart and my chest hurt. It hurts. Physical pain. So, yeah, carrying a lot of baggage. But there we go. Everyone says, sounds like you've got a good friend in Juliet. Yes, I have. A member of the public. And I was going to all these people who get paid, even voluntary, whether they're paid or voluntary, all these people in the community. This is not London. This is Eastbourne. This is a small town, a seaside town, where everyone knows your business. Well, people know my business because I tell them my business. But I moved to Eastbourne under adult social care. As I said, supported accommodation is directly opposite this hotel. And that is where I signed. It's on my mother's death certificate, that address, as my proof that I was in supported accommodation when I signed her death certificate at Eastbourne Town Hall. And Eastbourne Town Hall is where the MP office now is, where me and Juliet went to see David the caseworker and the police abusing powers trolls, one of whom Dan emailed me. Dan from Police Abusing Powers emailed me to say that this Scott Andrew Horn had messaged the House of Commons and the MP office, but in actual fact, he was reported to the police for abusive calls. So I've also had harassing anonymous abusive calls from police abusing powers. Join the police because you're all as corrupt as each other. And Tina Che from the Independent Advice Network, Dan's friend from police abusing powers, said I shouldn't even be in these places if I'm on severe disability. And she was going to get me someone who trained in law to help me, charitable rights organisations on standby with Funny, isn't it, Tina, how I haven't had another email from you threatening me not to talk about you in my live streams? Tough. People are going to know about it. People are going to hear about it. So I've said everything I need to say. Unbelievable.